All right, Mo, it's I Pick the Topic Tuesday Coaches Edition.
Coaches Edition?
Yes,
Okay.
First up, will Urban be better than Tressel?
Urban Meyer. Well, look, number on the field, those are high standards. Jim Tressel did win a lot. He won big. He won a ton of Big Ten titles, the 3 BCS bowl game appearances, obviously a national championship. I mean, it's hard to say whether a guy is going to win to that level. I think we all feel like Urban Meyer is going to win big. I think that sort of goes without saying, and eventually is going to have the Buckeyes in a national title game and maybe even win it. That is certainly within the realm of possibility. Nobody's going to be surprised if he wins multiple national titles, and nobody's going to be surprised if the Buckeyes run the Big Ten for the foreseeable future. But I think more than anything, Urban Meyer's main challenge is not only to win, but his main challenge is to clean up the sense of entitlement that has existed around Ohio State football, to keep the program out of the non-sports section of the newspaper, to make all the headlines about the Buckeyes good. I think it's worth pointing out that didn't always happen at Florida. 30 arrests in his time in Gainesville. I think his charge is going to be to make sure that the program acts properly within the umbrella of compliance. And quite honestly, tell the truth, which is why Jim Tressel's not there. And I think those are within his capabilities. But wins and losses, Jim Tressel's standard was set pretty high at Ohio State, and Urban Meyer's going to have his work cut out. Despite being a great coach, he's going to have his work cut out to meet those standards.
Okay. Does Butch Jones leave?
If he's offered a job and it's at any of the schools mentioned, I'm a Bearcat fan, but frankly, he'd be nuts not to, because if anything happens with the Big Ten, it's going to expand. If anything happens with the Pac-12, it's going to expand. If anything happens with the ACC, and it's going to expand. The certainty and the footing of those conferences is a lot more solid than the Big East right now. The fan support's a lot more solid. Butch Jones is having a good, not great year. His team is having a good year. It's being met with either anger for whatever reason or a shoulder shrug. He goes 8-3 at North Carolina. He's 8-3 right now. North Carolina, UCLA, or Illinois. In year 2, he's not going to deal with what he's dealing with here. So if he's offered the job, and frankly, I have no idea if he will or won't be, but if so, I've got to think Butch goes.
All right. Some are saying Jay Gruden to Jacksonville. Your thoughts?
Pete Prisco is saying Jay Gruden to Jacksonville as a head coach, and that might be kind of eye-opening. Remember, Jay Gruden does have some head coaching experience. If you're a Bengals fan, this is what you want. You want your team to be so good that your coaches are getting noticed. This is the inevitable part of it. For Jay's sake, I hope he gets looks. For my sake, I hope Jay Gruden is running the Bengals offense for the next 25 years. But, I think it seems to be a little bit far-fetched that they'll hire a guy after only one season as an NFL coordinator. But having your coaches in these kind of conversations is a lot better than having nobody talk about your coaches, which is kind of what we're used to here.
All right, what team will you coach next year?
I think for the sake of everybody involved on any team anywhere, I will keep my hat out of the coaching fray because, frankly, I'm needed in this medium. Email me, mo@espn1530.com, or shoot me a tweet at moegger1530.